I love it. I was saying of the three, you know, when you have the 10 songs, the 10 songs, the 10 songs, when you heard the finished product, which one made you smile the most?
Well, I smiled really big on the dance. For those songs, I was like, oh, wow, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Unfortunately, I wasn't there in the studio to get to see how they do the dance, to see how that process. But I was really thrilled with that. But I enjoyed the Revisited album the best because those are the songs that were stripped down, slowed down, and you really had a more intimate relationship with the song by hearing them that way.
Yeah, and it's, you know, you hear Fancy three different ways. It's three different songs. You know, I'm
Yeah.
a Survivor two different ways. It's brilliant. Dolly, do you remember the first time you met her?
I remember the first time I saw her in person. It was September 17th, 1977 at the Grand Ole Opry. I didn't get to meet her, but she came in and took one of my songs because she just kind of made a surprise visit. And they said, Reba, sorry, we're going to have to let Dolly have one of your songs. I said, she can take both of them if I can just meet her. I didn't get to meet her, but I did see her walk past. She looked just like an angel.
I remember, so quick side note, I remember same kind of thing. Well, not the same. I wasn't going to perform at the Opry. But hotel, Dolly walks by and you just can't help it. Her presence, right?
Yeah.
And she walks by and I'm like, Dolly, hey, darling. And
Yeah.
best moment of my life. That was it. I was like, that's amazing. What's your relationship been like with her since?
Well, Dolly and I have become friends. We help each other out. Um, I've been to Dollywood to sing, and she's been on TV shows for me to help represent me. She was the one that I got help to get me inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Really a lot of fun whenever we do cross paths. The greatest thing about the video of Does He Love You is that we got to hang out all day, sit at the bar while they're changing camera angles, and just get to visit like girlfriends.
Was that a lock when you knew that you wanted her to be a part of this track and to do it? Was it a lock? Was it a guarantee she was going to do it, or did you have to still go through the channels?
Oh, went through the channels. Absolutely. I did not take that for granted or presume that she would say yes. So I was kind of holding my breath until we got the news that she said yes.
I love seeing the two of you in the video. Like you said, you got a chance to hang out, which is so sweet and probably a lot of fun. The drinks that the two of you have in there, I'm sure they were props. But if Dolly and Reba are hanging out, what are the drinks for the night?
She does like wine. I do love whiskey. So that's what we had there. I got to tell you a little funny story, though. We had to when I took my first sip, it was really whiskey, and my eyes started watering. And because when I do drink whiskey, it's with 7-Up or Sprite. So I was a little surprised, and my eyes started watering. And they said, cut. And I looked at Dolly. I said, is your wine real? She said, no, it's apple juice wine. I couldn't hardly catch my breath.
That is amazing. This collection kind of spans your entire career. Do you have like moments like this with Dolly? You know, you mentioned seeing her in passing or even spending the day with her. Are there moments in your career that really just stand out because it's been such a great and lengthy career at that? Are there certain ones that just stick out more?
You know, there are so many moments in my life that stand out, tons. The way my career started, it was at the very bottom because I knew absolutely nothing about the music business. And it was 6 years before I got a #1 record. It was just baby steps all the way. So the people I got to meet, my teams, the people who managed, supported, taught, encouraged, the bands, the musicians I had in the studio and on the road, just the fans in general, those are moments and times that I'll always cherish and hold near and dear to my heart.
And you mentioned there, which is it's kind and generous of you for all those people that got involved, because I know you appreciate them and you appreciate the work that you had to put into it. Where does the work ethic come from? Where did that start for you?
Mom and daddy. Mom and daddy were very hardworking people. And they taught us kids that. They taught us that when they told us to do something, we did it. There wasn't any back talk. There wasn't any, yeah, I'll get it in a minute. And they told you, you went and did it. And mom and daddy always taught us to show up, be prepared, be on time, don't waste anybody else. And when you say you're going to do something, you do it. Don't back out. Your word is worth something.
And your dad, you on the rodeo scene, you did all that at the beginning of your career. And what would we call that, a lasso? And your name gets mentioned in a show with that word in it, Ted Lasso. Like, how crazy is that when you get these pop culture references? And were you expecting that? Did anyone give you a heads up, or you just saw it? How did it work?
No, I was sitting in there in the living room with Riddler, my French bulldog. And that I was watching Ted Lasso because I'm a huge fan of the show. And then when Roy Kent says my name, I'm like, oh my gosh, Riddler, did you hear that? It was amazing. I was blown away, so flattered.
It's what this new generation that knows all about Reba and the older tracks and all that. Does it take you by surprise? What is the reaction from them when they're seeing and hearing your music?
Well, and I hope it's good. I never take for granted that everybody knows who I am, of course. So when you hear somebody mention your name on a television show that is taking place in England, even though I've toured there, it's still a huge compliment and very flattering that people know who I am.
You go grocery shopping without the entourage. You just go down the street. You go get your groceries, which I think is incredible.
I do. I love to go grocery shopping.
Aisle 3. There's Reba. Did y'all see Reba? There it is. And when you go grocery shopping and you got the headphones in, maybe, or you're driving in the car, what music are you listening to? Because we're all listening to you, but who are you listening to?
Right now, I'm listening to podcasts. I'm getting a kick out of it. And I didn't do that until I started doing a podcast of my own called Living and Learning. So I'm seeing what kind of podcast they're doing. And what I love about podcasts, it can be so different. The subjects, the things they're talking about, I'm getting a big kick out of them.
And you love doing it, and you're going to do a second kind of season of that with your man, with Rex. Look, I was a huge CSI Miami fan. Like, look, when I saw Sergeant Frank Tripp, are you kidding me? And then I said, with Reba, how does that relationship even develop through a pandemic? Or have you guys known each other for quite a while?
Yeah, we were in the Gambler movie with Kenny Rogers in '91. So we've known each other for a long time. We have a lot of the same friends. His best friend is Ed Gaylord, and I've known him for 36 years. So Rex and I go way back. We've seen each other throughout the years. When his mom passed, I called him. And then when my mom passed in 2020, he called me. And so it's just good friendship. And we talked every day throughout the pandemic. And then when he could fly from LA to Nashville, he came to see me in June of 2020. So we've been together ever since.
That's a great story. Now, look, I'm in my 40s now, and everyone's like, man, you're going to find love at some point. It's going to happen. For those, because your song's about relationships on the good and the bad sides of things, what would you say to people that are trying to find love later in life?
Stay open to it. I wasn't looking. I was very content being single, but everything happens for a reason, and timing is everything. So hang in there, have faith, let it out that you're looking. If you're just happy, sitting home, just beware. You never know what's going to happen, as it did to me.
It just might hit you upside the head somehow. You never know, right?
Exactly.
If there's one song of yours that you could choose to define your career, which one do you think it is?
I'm a survivor. Yeah. I've had ups and downs, great things, sad things, bad things happen. And so thank God that he was with me, my friends, my team, my family. We're all survivors, and we can listen to that song and deal with it and relate to it the way it fits us. So I think that's a real strong song.
And when you see social media and people doing it, and I know you got in on the trend as well on TikTok, when you see that, what goes through your mind, just knowing what the message of the song really is?
It made me feel really good watching all the scenarios that the people would do with I'm a Survivor. It just really did confirm the fact that people relate to a song the way it relates to them, how it fits into their life. They listen to a song differently than what I would, or maybe what you would. But that's what makes a really good song a good song.
I saw you post about Adele. I know she's dropping a song. This will be airing tomorrow. So today, basically, she'll be dropping a song. What's your excitement and why do you love her so much?
I do love her. I went to see her live. Oh, do you see my page that I put up?
There it is.
I do love Adele. She's very talented. She's very warm with the audience. Gosh, she can sing. And I love her material. I love the songs that she selects. She's a great package. Everything about her, I love her.
You've done this for a long time from all aspects of it, from, of course, movies, music, television shows, the podcast now. People that are starting out, everyone wants that instant fame and all that. What is your suggestion when you talk to young songwriters, maybe, or singers or entertainers? When they have a conversation with you, what do you give them as a bit of advice?
Well, the advice I would give anybody getting into this business, the entertainment business, it's absolutely wonderful. Instead of making a lot of money and making a lot of friends, because if you're successful or if you're not successful, what you can take away from it are the friendships, and that's the most important and that's the most rewarding.
That's so great. Reba, you are honestly such a joy. Thank you so much for today. I appreciate this and for everything you've done over your career as well.
Thank you. You're very sweet to say that. Good visiting with you.
You too. Take care, all right?